Well, in my speech, I did mention about the history of MCA in the past 61 years. In fact, I did remind my fellow members that whenever we talk about reform, don't ever think that is the monopoly of opposition or monopoly of individuals in the wilderness, but rather we ourselves in the ruling coalition, we must always be mentally prepared to initiate changes in our own self in order to keep abreast with the changing times, the changing parameters of politics. And I lamented in the past history of MCA, in the course of initiating such changes in the name of reform, there were leaders who had been sacrificed politically, sometimes or many a times due to circumstances. That is the price they had paid for in politics. And now that after I had taken over the baton of leadership in MCA, I had such a dream of initiating some changes in the political culture in my own party. But I must also admit that to err is human, and I am of no exception. Perhaps I had oversimplified such a move or such a change, and I apologize for any errors that I might have made in the course of initiating such changes. And in my speech, I did mention that I personally would take the blame, could even be demonized, if any. But I have the duty, I'm duty bound to ensure that my party's integrity, my party's credibility not be tarnished, or not be tarnished by any quarters, simply because of the reforms that we are embarking on. We might have encroached into certain territories of vested interests of others unknowingly, but we mean good for the people, for the party. And today, I must reiterate or reassure my fellow members that we must continue to spearhead the reform, in particular in spearheading good governance through transparency, accountability, and integrity. And well, I did mention that. And of course, towards the end, I did mention, well, I said I must apologize for not being able to come up to the dais in my usual strides, because people might be wondering why I walk up the dais with wobbling steps. But I say I make an effort to discard the wheelchair, to discard the crutches that I rely upon in the past few weeks, I told myself that come my party anniversary, I must make a point to walk up to the stage on my own feet. That is the message I sent across. And also, I reminded my fellow members that we are here, in fact, since our ancestors' era till now, we have never had any crutches, and we must be able to stand on our own feet.
But that's when you worry that the Prime Minister not to attend will become an excuse for some leader choose not to attend.
No, in fact, the thing is the AGM is meant for all delegates. You see that? AGM is meant for all delegates, and as leaders or delegates, we should know our obligations to the party. Okay? So that normally we don't need to remind our delegates or leaders on their obligations. Well, I presume my party colleagues had said that, had issued statement earlier in my absence, and we take cognizance of the fact that Prime Minister is not coming, and also we fully understand the scenario. And at the same time, I think that makes it all the more relevant for us, to conduct our meeting in the most disciplined way possible, in accordance with the party constitution. Because we need to fulfill the obligations or the requirements as what has been put clearly to the media by my party colleagues, that we could not further postpone the AGM.